Hello, Adam here. It's close to bedtime. Again, I'm getting in the habit of making these a little bit later than I would like to. I'd like to make them in the morning so I don't have to feel the burden of making these at night. But whatever, just sharing my process. I guess as I get a little farther along, I'll get more topic driven and maybe less process driven. I don't know. I wanted to talk a little bit about fearing the future now because this is something that can potentially be very, very helpful and can reduce your stress significantly. Because if you're fearing the future a lot, you have a choice. And fearing the future is essentially peripherally feeling the fear. So in other words, not directly feeling it. You're still feeling it though, because it's too much not to feel. But your focus is on the thoughts about the future. Okay? So it's like your focus is there. It's sort of like a chipmunk is nibbling on your toes while you're trying to stir the spaghetti or something. So you're focusing on the spaghetti, but you still feel a chipmunk nibbling on your toes and it's still driving you crazy. That's probably not a great example, but the point is that the fear is too much. The sensations of the fear are too much for you to entirely ignore. So you're going to be aware of them and they're going to drive you crazy. And actually, the more you think about the future and think about things other than putting your attention directly on the fear, it's going to intensify it because it's going to increase the fight or flight response, because you're basically telling yourself that it's too dangerous to feel the fear in the moment. So you focus more on the future, and this can snowball and escalate and spiral. I know this all too well because that happened to me very badly. And my imagination would run wild with things about the future. All the conspiracy stuff, but also the just terrible shit that might happen to me many years. So luckily you have a choice though. And the choice is to put your attention square on the feelings in your body and do nothing but feel those. And really get in there, feel them completely. Because you should pretty much be able to shut down your thinking by feeling, by the decision to feel completely. That should grind your thinking to a halt most of the time. More importantly, or equally importantly, this is teaching you to come back and be present. And as you do this more and more, your home becomes the present. It's not just paying lip service to the present as a strategy to deal with life, which would be kind of like a new age flippant way to use the idea of being present. This is by necessity for healing that you come into the present and you become home in the present moment more and more. So there are different things in the future, like hypothetical future events. That's easy. There's no question about that. You can just simply feel. Now if you have something big coming up in a week and you have to deal with it, well, that's a little bit different. Then you're going to have to put some of your mental energy there. But you still want to also do what I said and just feel the feelings completely and feel the shit out of those feelings. And of course it's going to be uncomfortable, and your ego has some intelligence to it. And that's why it many, many years ago was formed, in order to not allow you to feel these things that were too small or too big when you were so small. But you don't need that anymore. You can feel these things. So by putting your attention square on the sensations, because that's really what they are, the sensations are things you feel in your body, you're teaching yourself that they're not dangerous anymore, that you can be with them. And that will allow you to expand your world. You see that most of what you're fearing is the feelings that you're going to experience. And so if you are fearing something in a week that's coming up, mainly what you're afraid of is how you're going to feel. So teach yourself that you can be with the feelings in this moment right now as I'm talking. What are you feeling in your body? Does it feel like total shit? I have some very intense sensations in my body right now. They don't feel good. They're actually pretty painful today, but I didn't suffer. And you can learn this important distinction between pain and suffering by getting out of your head and getting completely into the feelings. Because the thoughts are what make you suffer primarily. So hopefully I did that justice. Okay, see you tomorrow.